Hi everyone, my name is Esredu, and I still maintain my title as the man with the deepest voice. Now we are back with our reaction videos on movies, and today we are going to quickly react or say one or two things about the movie Intergalactic, which was released in the year 2022. Bro, I love this animation content, so let's talk about it properly. Let's delve a little deeper into it, you understand? Now, this movie is actually based on, Kudi's album. I'm told that was his very, very first album, bro. It is just beautiful. It is just beautiful. I really love the content on that particular album upon watching this particular piece. So, if you've not listened to that masterpiece, bro, do well to listen to it. You understand? It is something positive, something very beautiful. Like the tracks are just amazing. The one beautiful thing about this movie is that they fuse the songs into this particular movie or this particular animation. Yes, and another thing is that it was divided into chapters like television series. So each chapter comes with a particular track or tracks on the album. Bro, let me not talk much. Let me not talk much. Now let's quickly proceed. Now, before we delve a little deeper into this particular movie, I want to divert your attention to something. Trust me, this piece is just about art itself. Like, it really speaks so much about art. That is why I really love this particular movie so much. Personally, I'm a man of art. So when it comes to stuff like that, I'm so much into it. You check this particular thing out before I proceed. You see how the thing goes? This itself is very artistic in nature. Like, this is before the movie actually starts. They made it very artistic. They made it very artistic. And their transitioning is just beautiful. You understand? Okay, I just wanted you to see this particular small thing. So now this is what I'm talking about. This movie, the lead character is actually named Jibari. Yes. So Jibari moved to a new town in order to pursue his craft, which is art. He do a lot of painting on walls, he do a lot of stuff. So throughout this painting, he came out as a particular character which is loved by the young and the old. Yes. And through that, a particular entity reached out to him in order to transform that character into a comic book. So that was a job opportunity for him. So Jabari moved into the city of Manhattan, whereby he said to himself that he's going to do everything anew. This time, no relationship, nothing to block him. You understand? The focus was on his craft. His craft. He do a lot of painting. So the focus was on his craft. And the fact that the character he had been painting, which was loved by the young and old, got him an opportunity to transform everything into a comic book with a publishing company or something. He wasn't willing to have any sort of relationship mess everything up. But, there's always a but, you understand? So there's this particular lady in the equation known as Carmen. I believe I got the name right here, Carmen. So, Carmen, I don't want to use the word stalked. So Carmen got in touch with Jibari here and there, but as he made a promise to himself, no woman, no woman, no woman. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So he met Carmen again, and yeah, they had a lot of talks here and there, here and there, here and there. Jabari went home, but he decided not to hit up the lady because he didn't want anything to conflict with his ideologies at this particular moment. The focus was on his career, so he didn't want anything. But in the lives of men, there are always some friends who are sometimes like the board of directors in your life. So Jibari's friends in this particular equation made it very obvious to him, like, dude, you're single, she's also single. You should be ready to mingle. You understand? So Jibari got in a pensive mode. He thought about this on several occasions. He kept thinking about this whole thing. He kept thinking about this whole thing. And one time, by the aid of social media, Jibari searched for her on Instagram and finally sent her a DM. You understand? Even before doing this, he had to reflect over it for a while because he didn't really want to do it. He didn't want anything like friends with benefit. He needed something real. Even though he needed something real, even though his focus was on his craft. But if something of the sort should come his way, it needed to be real. So just as Jabari, surfing through the internet, trying to reach out to Carmen. What's the Instagram name? Carmen in the world. I love this animation, bro. I really love this animation. So finally, dude had to hit Carmen up. She replied. So they went out on a date. They went out on their very first date. And trust me, Jibari is such a gentleman. The lady had a beautiful moment, and just like Oliver Twist, she asked for more. But one thing is, Jibari is such a gentleman. They got drunk. They were completely drunk. They were completely drunk. So they ended up spending the night in Carmen's apartment. Jibari woke up in the morning and said to himself, "What have I done? My goodness, what have I done?" He felt he had taken advantage of the lady, but trust me, the lady wanted it to happen because she was so much interested in Jibari. Even after spending the night together, her reaction made it very obvious that she wanted more of that. But Jibari, on the other hand, had to, process everything properly, but he didn't expect something of the sort to happen. Before Jibari left, he made it obvious to the lady that this was nothing but a mistake and this shouldn't have happened. He really regret that thing happening. He really regrets that thing happening. So he somehow apologized to the lady, making it obvious that something of the sort shouldn't have happened, but that's not who he is. And he also didn't like the fact that they were speeding up certain things. They had to take their time to know each other properly. That's the kind of man he is. So Jibari left somehow with mixed feelings, you understand? What is life? Let me take this. And one beautiful thing about this movie, one thing I really love so much about this movie, is about the fact that they made use of a whole lot of bicycles. You could see Jibari in several scenes on the street using a bicycle. It was so beautiful seeing dude making use of bicycle in this particular movie. Like the view. Oh, I never took this. Like the view, everything was just beautiful. Yeah, when I see me on a bicycle and they are able to create this serene environment, very artistic in nature. Like, bro, they create the clouds so beautifully. You could see certain things floating about, like the comets here and there, bro. Such art. I told you previously that the movie is actually like full of art. No doubt, I love it so much. No doubt, no doubt. But I love Jabari for being a gentleman. If it was to be any random dude, he would have, kept taking advantage of the lady Carmen. But he took his time because he wasn't so sure of it. So, the turning point came in when another lady moved into that same apartment with Jabari. And her name was Mido, I think so, yeah. When she moved into that apartment, that was when the turning point came in. I like the brightest idea on how Jabari met this next door lady for the very first time. It was very creative. It was very creative. It was very creative. This lady was a beautiful photographer who had moved into the same apartment with Jabari. I think Jabari's room was 3A and her room was number 3B. So she came in and decided to throw a welcome party or something all of a sudden. And bro, the noise was just going through the head of Jabari to understand that he couldn't sleep at night because he had no idea of the party. So as they kept making a whole lot of noise, considering the numerous people who were invited for the party, Jabari had no other option than to descend to find out what was happening. Like, who organized this party? Bro, I can't fucking sleep. Who organized this party? He went down. He looked different based on what he was wearing because he wasn't prepared for a party of the sort. So he went down, talked to this particular gentleman, who later on pointed the person organizing this private party. And it was so beautiful when the lady appeared or when Jabari saw this lady. Check this out, check this out. That's the lady. That's the girl next door. You see how it is? You see how it is? And they played another song from the album by Kudi, which is titled which is titled Angel. In one way or the other, Jibari has seen an angel. Oh, listen to the song. Like, dude was confused. He was mesmerized. An angel on the planet Earth. Bro, dude was so confused. Check something out. He had even forgotten about his reason for coming down to stop this particular party. And he said a whole lot of crazy stuff, bro. Oh, check this out. Meadow. Dude has fallen down flat. uh, dude, the lady made him the lady made him confused all of a sudden. That wasn't your reason for coming, man. Them. See what I'm talking about? So one funny thing is that Jibari wasn't the only person interested. The lady was also interested. So this happens to be like love at first sight on the side of both parties. What is life? Yes. So it was more of a love at first sight on the part of both parties. So the following morning, unexpectedly, Jibari's bell got rung, and quickly he went out. And guess who? Mido. She was already at his doorstep trying to invite Jibari out for a lunch, breakfast, or something. And you and I know very well that Jibari was also interested. So quickly, he did have to put himself together and they stepped out. They had a lovely time, and I really loved their bond. Like, it was their first date, but they were really clicking very well. It sounded like homies were really made for each other. Love is a beautiful thing. So they had fun. They went to a whole lot of places. Bro, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I love the series of montage shots that came out with this. Jibari even took her to his very first painting. And I told you previously that the lady is a photographer. So she kept taking a whole lot of beautiful pictures, documenting the moments. Bro, it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Jibari showing her the very first painting. They had pasted a whole lot of stuff there, but dude had to bring everything out for the lady to have a beautiful view, or for the lady to catch a glimpse of his very first painting that was done publicly. And I told you, the lady is also an amazing photographer, so she never stopped capturing that beautiful moment. That's the character I'm talking about. Bro, you need to see this animation if you've not. Again, go listen to that album, that Cody's album. Bro, that's art. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. They went back to their individual lives. Jibari to his friends, and Mido to her friend. And they all told their homies or friends about each other. So they were also giving different form of advice from their friends. You know how funny that sounds? It happens. Jibari went to his friends and he got a whole lot of advice from them. Some are saying, don't tag the girl next door. Others are saying, you're good to go, bro. She's single, you are single. Why don't you guys mingle? Lady also went to her friend. Girlfriend, the guy next door is so hot. But I don't want to have anything doing with the guy next door. Hey, you can go ahead. Love is a beautiful thing. Don't grab him. She even cited herself as an example. Bro. So after their very first date, they hadn't really scheduled a meet up for the second time. But the second time they met was very funny. It happened unexpectedly. Mido's male friend invited her out to this party down south. Jibari was also there. So unexpectedly, Jibari sighted her. So he had no other option than to approach her for the very second time. But then guess what? The party was so boring. Party was so boring. So Jabari opted to take her out, and trust me, it was so romantic. They didn't use a car, but they had to again use the bicycle. Bro, this movie very artistic. Check this out. Yeah. I told you previously that the movie is divided into chapters, just like a television series. So we've explained this movie from chapter 1 to chapter 3, and we are now going to chapter 4. Now the chapter 4 is the Punan. That's how they've titled it, Punan. What's chapter 4 about? They've been out on several locations, but one thing is they've not made out yet. And that's the same thing that was going through the head of Jabari and Mido. Jabari badly wanted to have it, but he was still thinking, do I have to sleep with the girl next door? The lady also wanted it, but she was also thinking, do I have to sleep with the dude next door? So as usual, they kept talking to their friends about it, who were also advising them from various angles. Dude, you gotta do it. Lady, you gotta do it. What are you waiting for? When I met my man for the very first time, we had it. We had it done. And it was so beautiful. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Oh. A whole lot, bro. A whole lot. so So yeah, first gave them, several form of advice, but one evening it happened. But how it happened, let me not talk much. Let's catch a glimpse of it. This is how it happened. Hide and seek. Oh. The writers did a great job on this. I love how they finally got to this particular stage. So now they have in one way or the other formalized their relationship. Let me simply put it that way. Jamal being a painter, the lady being a photographer. So they were doing a whole lot of paintings and photography together. Their relationship was near to perfection. It was so beautiful. But hey, there is always a turning point. The turning point came in one night when Jabari got a text. Let's check it out. Coming again. You see the text? But it's not what you are thinking. It's nowhere close to what you are thinking. Let me keep you up suspense. What actually happened was Carmen saw a rat in her house. So Jabari being the only male friend she has in town, she quickly reached out to Jabari, who went to her rescue. Surprisingly, Jabari was also scared of rats. So he ended up leaving his hoodie there and running for his life. You and I know very well that Carmen is still interested, so she ended up sending this particular text to ruin the relationship. Jibari tried his possible best to talk to Mido about it, but it seems their relationship had already hit the rocks. It was rather unfortunate. It seems their relationship had already hit the rock. It is very sad. It is very sad because I really love their pair, a man of art and a woman of art bonding. Jabari tried his possible best to get in touch just to explain things, but Mido wouldn't listen. She wouldn't take no or yes for an answer. But time was fast approaching for Mido's photo exhibition show. They were so beautiful. She even had pictures of Jabari for the exhibition. But she couldn't also ask Jibari to come because she was so pissed to the core. She didn't want to invite Jibari. So on that fateful day, a very good friend also advised her to get in touch for Jibari to, witness this August occasion. Still, she didn't, but trust me, she was really expecting Jibari. So on that fateful day, as she was delivering an address, there was Jibari. There was Jibari. So before she wrapped up, Jibari went out. Yeah, quickly she chased after him, but she couldn't catch up with the pace of Jibari. But Jibari left a sign so beautiful. Trust me, it was so romantic. There was this existing billboard, and she created a whole new painting about it, directing Carmen to their first place, to the first place they went on a date. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this beautiful, bro? The movie Intergalactic is such a vibe, and you need to check it out. Do want to check it out, bro. It is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Alright, once again, my name is Estrade, and it's been exciting reacting to this particular movie. While I still maintain my title as the man with the deepest voice, we just reacted to the movie Intergalactic, and it's so beautiful. We had to explain one or two things about it. Hey, if you love the content I do create, or if you love what I do, and you genuinely want to be part of this beautiful family, do want to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and keep your comments coming. But before that, go check that album out. That album from Kudi, it is so beautiful. This movie is solely based on that album, so go check it out. It is so beautiful. Alright, homies, peace.